Thank you for coming out today, guys. It's great to see everyone here. We've had an impressive summer with this outstanding group of young men, student athletes. We have some key returners, some guys that really logged significant minutes and key roles in DJ Campbell, Ritas Petritis, and Lee Dort, who I was just talking to over there. We've also supplemented the team and added some outstanding players out of the portal, and to be honest with you, as some really outstanding freshmen. So I'm excited about our group. We had a spirited practice today, and open to questions.
At this point, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks before the season starts, what has you most confident, excited about your team, and what has you most concerned?
I would say a number of things. So first of all, this is an extremely unselfish team that loves to pass the ball and loves to make each other better. And so to have that, it makes everyone's job as a coach so much easier because the ball naturally moves. And so that's great to see. The guys have really bought in defensively and really committed defensively to improvement, to self-improvement, and also to collective team improvement. So that's very encouraging. We'll do some different things defensively this year than we've done in the past. They've learned those concepts. On the offensive side of the ball, we're a drastically improved shooting team. We were near the bottom of the ACC conference last year in three-point percentage. That will not be the case this year. We have an outstanding shooting team, and so all those things will be pertinent going into the season.
So what has you concerned?
What has me concerned? You're always concerned about injuries. You're always concerned about the wear and tear that it will take on the guys when we get to the ACC travel. We've made some adjustments there. And then another concern is anytime you mesh so many new players and guys are in different roles, guys are in new roles, I wouldn't even use the word concern, I would use the word opportunity. I think it's a tremendous opportunity for us to integrate the players and for guys to step into those roles, some of which have been in the role and others of which it's new.
Mark, you lost 2 really good scorers last year. Who's emerging as the guys who can score?
We miss Jeremiah Wilkinson and we miss Andres Stojakovic, and we really wish them the very best at Georgia and Illinois, respectively. That being said, I'm excited about the guys in this gym. I could not be more excited about really 1 through 17 on this roster. I'll talk about a couple of guys that have ACC experience that, some of the media will know. Obviously, Dede Ames has ACC experience with his tenure at Virginia. He's been a guy that's come in that's really learned what we're trying to do, and he brings a lot of tremendous instincts himself. And so he's been really good as well. And then you think about Chris Bell. Chris Bell put together an extremely impressive body of work at Syracuse. Chris is someone that does not get rattled. He's someone that can knock down the three. He's someone that can do so much more than that. Chase down blocks from behind, deflections, tips. You can put him in different places defensively because of his length. I could go down the list and talk about every player, but those are a couple that I think you guys will have familiarity with because you've seen them in the ACC.
What kind of progress have you made developing chemistry amongst all these new faces here? That's got to be a challenge.
We try to tackle that really early. We do a lot of team building activities. The coaches spend a lot of time with the guys. I bring the players and the staff over to my house. We did, when we started two-a-days, we work hard. You get the guys up at 6 in the morning, you have a bunch of those. And so we told the guys, you have competitions. You have competitions to keep those two-a-days fresh and to keep the competitive spirit, because otherwise it just becomes too rote and too monotonous. And so the guys have really come with tremendous energy, really ever since they set foot on campus.
It's one thing to learn about your team amongst each other. What have you learned throughout some of the exhibitions that you guys have had over the course of the last few weeks?
I've learned that this is a resilient group. I've learned that, probably everyone out there has even more to offer and show than they've done so far. And that's why we spend so much time on player development. Player development is one of the core pillars of our program. Every practice we dedicate, probably 15 to 30 minutes just on offensive player development, but then also defensive player development. Because, some of these players are coming straight out of high school. Some of these players at different schools, different things have been emphasized. Maybe you've been at a school that emphasizes a 1-3-1 zone. Well, now you can come here and learn really sound man-to-man principles. And so we really try to take a holistic approach to the player development.
What are you seeing so far from TT Semetri?
TT Carr has he's a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman. He's not rattled. TT makes big-time defensive plays with instinct, with anticipation, with grit. TT's not afraid to step up and make a big shot. You know, he's a point guard that can distribute that ball and make everyone around him better, but he's also not afraid of the moment, you know, to take a big shot, to attack the rim. TT's someone that picks things up very quickly. And now he's able to start telling his teammates where they need to go on the court as a freshman.
To be in the rotation?
100%.
Is this going to be a key distributor in basketball since the backcourt with so much opportunity?
I would say we have a number of guys that can distribute the ball very well. You know, obviously a question was just asked about TT Carr. TT's been outstanding distributing the basketball. Justin Pippen has been outstanding distributing the basketball. Day Ames is a guy who kind of has that aggression to score, but Day also has an impressive ability to pass and make everyone around him better. You know, at the big position, Lidor can pass, and Milos was one of the top assist guys on his previous college team over at Loyola of Maryland. And so we've got a lot of guys, and there's others that can do it as well.
This time of the year, a lot of coaches will say, we're 10, 12 deep. I can have a 10, 12-man rotation, and then you get into January, and it's usually 7, 8, 9-man rotation. Where do you see the numbers fall for you guys?
Well, what I've tried to communicate to the players, and what I will continue to communicate to them, is I'll try to have, you know, a pretty good breadth on the rotation, but there will be some games where the rotation is tight. And so, you know, I want our depth to be a strength. We talk about strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. So if an injury happens, someone has foul trouble, a turned ankle, we have guys that can go in there and get the job done at a high level. That being said, there will probably be some games where there is a tight rotation. And the circumstances, the opponent, and the flow of the game will dictate.
You have a starting lineup yet?
We're always evaluating everything. You know, we'll probably roll that out on opening night.
Kind of a big picture. When you got the job 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, you said you were going to make Haas Pavilion a destination.
Yeah.
Huskers fans not quite there yet. How close do you think you are to getting there?
We're seeing Haas become that destination we spoke about. In year one, obviously, the sellouts, LeBron James coming, all those things, and then the scarcity of tickets. It's tough to get a ticket. You know, last year, we built into that as conference play expanded. I think there was a learning curve in the Bay Area because people aren't used to the ACC teams coming in. It's not UCLA, it's not USC, it's not, you know, Oregon. And so there's a learning curve with the fans. But now we've taken that first step, and we'll have multiple sellouts this year. Duke is trending that way, North Carolina is trending that way. I would be very surprised if Notre Dame is not a sellout, and there may be others. And so on that note, we've invited every former player and manager that's been part of this group, this Cal basketball group, to come to games as guests of ours, themselves and a guest. And we're not bringing them out to the so-called lesser games. We're bringing them to Duke, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Stanford, and that's completely free because we know that it's the alums that have built this program, and we want to honor them and take care of them.
Who's committed to coming so far?
A number of guys, and we'll talk more about that as we go. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out in the coverage. Yeah.
Justin, can you just talk about what it's like to be, you know, a heavily recruited guy and then go to a place where you really don't get much opportunity? What does that do to your confidence, and how do you sort of try to rebuild that now?
I would say it's tough. You know, my freshman year was very tough. I went into a situation that I wasn't really expecting. So to deal with that and to overcome that has been really well for me. I came here, the coaches believed in me. They prepared me for this. They gave me a lot of confidence. So right now I feel really good about myself.
Does your brother or your father have any advice for you along the way?
Yeah, they would just say keep my head up. The better days are ahead, and just keep my head up and keep moving.
What's it been like so far? I know you haven't played a game yet at Cal, but what's the experience been like here in Berkeley?
It's been great. You know, it's a great city. I'm close to home. All the people are really cool. all the teammates, we live in like the same area, so we're always kicking this together. So it's been really good. We got a lot of chemistry going on as well.
Yeah, how have you built that chemistry? Because obviously there's a lot of newcomers on the roster. How have you guys tried to build some cohesion?
I would just say playing pickup, going out, bowling together, going out, doing whatever, just staying together. We also, like I said, we live together, so I'll come outside, I'll see one of my teammates there, say what's up, holler, go get some food, stuff like that.
Justin, what do you want to bring to the team?
I want to be a leader. I know I'm only a sophomore guard, but I want to be a leader. I want to be the voice for the team, a playmaker and a facilitator, and also one of the best defenders on the court.
Are you a 2 or a 3?
1.
A 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you a scorer?
Yeah, I'm a scoring guard. I would say I'm a combo guard, 1 to 2.
So you mentioned confidence. How's the coaching staff put you in the right places to build that confidence and succeed?
Yeah, they just believed in me. As soon as I came in here, they put the ball in my hands, had me going off screen and stuff, and just making my own reads. Whenever I messed up, they wouldn't get on me. They would just tell me to keep my head up and just worry about the next play.
How would you describe Mark Madsen?
He's very cool. Definitely an NBA guy. You could tell. He's a lot of experience in the NBA and just a lot of basketball experience with him, a lot of IQ and stuff. So he's a very chill guy. He's a good coach to have around.
Justin, if I did the math right, your dad retired a year before you were born.
I think it was the year I was born, but something like
Okay.
that. I'm not 100% sure.
And so how much was basketball a part of your life from day one?
Yeah, I would say from day one. I have 2 older brothers, so we was playing outside in the backyard every day. And by that time, my dad was still playing too, so we would play 2-on-2, all that stuff all the time. It was very competitive when I was growing up.
So you and your dad would play the 2 brothers?
Yeah,
Seems like a good arrangement for you, right?
yeah,
You win
100%.
most of the time?
All the time, yeah.
What's your natural skill set, and what are you trying to add to your game this season?
I would say my natural skill set would just be coming off ball screens, being the facilitator, as well as shooting and stuff, making the right read. This year, I would definitely want to improve on my defense, picking up 94 feet, taking the ball from players, as well as finishing.
If you're going to use some adjectives to describe what you think this team will be, what would it be?
Gritty, rebounding, and I would just say having good chemistry. I feel like we share the ball a lot, we get the right shots, so.
You mentioned the
Defensively, that you try to, from past, present, that you emulate your game around?
No, I feel like I kind of have my own game. I try to do a little bit of everything.
You mentioned the experience that Mark Madsen has with NBA. How guys like Matt Bradley and Isaiah will be super familiar with their own recent off-basketball experience and trying to make you guys better?
Yeah, it's great to have them on the staff. We get to play against them every day in scouts and stuff, and they're very good players. Final Four team as well as Isaiah Wilkinson was on the Virginia team. So they talk about their old teammates, their habits and stuff like that, the winning habits on their college teams and all that.
Is there any part of your dad's game that's part of your game?
I would say his defensive instincts and his IQ. I feel like we both kind of share those together.
We've seen some highlights of guys on the track, and there's some insane mile times that I've never heard out of a hoops game. Are you guys in really good shape coming into the season?
I would say we're in pretty good shape. We're definitely going to keep trying to work on that. But yeah, we definitely had some really good mile times. We had a couple of dudes stand out for sure.
Who's the fastest?
Jarrell,
How fast did he run, do you know?
I think he ran a 4:30.
Yeah.
Just something like that, right? Crazy. Yeah.
And what did you run?
I ran a 5:17. That was my best. And I was the 4th one, so you can imagine the space between them.
Who's 1 or 2 guys who Cal fans really don't know right now in mid to late October? Come mid to late January, they will know.
I would say Day-Day. I feel like Day-Day didn't really get an opportunity last year, so him just being able to showcase his scoring ability is definitely going to show a lot of people. And definitely Lee Dort, I wasn't here to watch him last year, or I didn't hear a lot, or I didn't see a lot, but I've heard a lot how he changed his body and stuff, and I've been very impressed just watching him play, his athletic ability and the way he can move his feet. So.
One more.
Did Cal recruit you at all out of high school?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And were they involved seriously?
Yeah, they definitely recruited me very highly out of high school. I was thinking about coming here to high school. I made the wrong choice and went to Michigan, but now I made it right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How would you explain your transition here to the college level and kind of how you've acclimated within this team itself?
I would say over the summer, just getting used to the physicality, the new coaching style, the new practice format. It's been an adjustment, it's a lot different from high school. You got everyone on the court can play, everyone can compete, everyone's more physical, everyone knows the plays. So it's been a transition, but I feel like over the last few weeks, last few months, transitioned well.
You're going to get to play right across the bay from your hometown. Is that a special feeling, and you expect to have family here a lot?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's definitely one of the perks coming to a local school, right? Home's 45 minutes away from here, so a bunch of family, a bunch of support across the board.
Do you have any sense what your team's going to be about this year?
sort of what the character and the personality of your team will be?
I mean, I feel like I got a lot of guys who compete. I feel like we got a winning culture now, trying to build back up here, and Cal are trying to get back right, winning season. So I feel like it's going to be a team that competes, grittiness, shoots the ball well, and just competes hard. Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, we've been here since June 1st, so we've been here for a while now, and just being roommates and all that, we've been able to get along, share each other, and it's been cool.
What is it getting Cal back? I mean, I'm telling you, get Tails out of school. The last 7-8 seasons have not been really good here, but people who have a longer perspective know what Cal basketball was. Does the previous history have any impact on you and your teammates?
I mean, yeah, we all knew what this school was at a point, you know. They produced pros, they produced all the guys. I mean, recently just Jalen Tyson was here. A few years ago before that, obviously Jalen Brown, Jason Kidd, they had all of those guys. So we know what this place can be, and we're just trying to get back on that system.
Apologies if I just missed this, but you know, there's a lot of newcomers on this team. You're kind of in that boat. How have you guys gone about trying to get to know each other and build chemistry, both on and off the court?
I mean, I feel like this coaching staff does an amazing job outside the court. We do a lot of team activities. I remember over the summer we went to water rafting. I mean, I feel like things like that off the court get the team bonded, get to know each other, because I mean, we're obviously in the gym a lot, but we feel like those best teams are the ones that have the most chemistry and really know each other.
Off the court, what's the most competitive thing you guys have done?
I would say as a team we went bowling. I got pretty competitive, and yeah.
Who won?
Who won? Nolan. Yeah, he bowled.
Anybody scored?
I think he might have bowled. He was going crazy. He might have got a 200, 210.
Wow.
It was something impressive. Yeah.
Coach Madsen was here earlier, and he mentioned that you're really good facilitator of the ball. You're taking really command in terms of your confidence on the court. Where have you kind of gotten that from, and kind of how do you let that play out here over your first few months?
I mean, I would say definitely developing a good relationship with my coaching staff has been able to give me confidence and kind of trust my game and my work and the work that I put in. So going in, being able to facilitate, trying to limit turnovers, things that sometimes normal freshmen do, try to avoid those little things to get the coaching staff's confidence and things like that.
Is there anybody in the league now or previous in the league that you don't necessarily, I'm going to be him, but I've emulated his game, you kind of looked up to him as a kid?
I mean, just growing up in the Bay, being a huge Warriors fan, I feel like the easy answer is Steph Curry, and obviously that's my favorite player. So just seeing kind of how he runs the team, and I'm definitely my own player, but just taking little things from a lot of different people in the league.
Have you met him?
I have met him before, yeah. I met him.
Did he give you any pointers at all?
I was young. I was really little. It was actually at a 2K thing, and I was more just in shock. I would give him, you froze up. I was like, oh no. So it was more of a, yeah.
Coach Madsen just said you're in the rotation and talked about how you're doing it. Can you talk about what it means to kind of have that already said about you as a freshman?
I mean, definitely just shows the coaching staff like the trust and relationship I have with them, and then from there just trying to keep working, build my role, and try to make an impact every night to winning.
All good?
Thank you.
John, tell us what you're seeing from your team so far.
Yeah, I like our group of guys. I think we have really good chemistry on and off the court, which is always good. We got shooters, a lot of shooting. It was one thing that Coach Madsen wanted to upgrade from the team last year, so he brought in a lot of shooting. In these scrimmages, we're just starting to get our chemistry and starting to kind of hit the ground running here, coming up towards our first
What do
game.
you think your team's personality will be on the court?
Yeah, I think we'll be able to do a lot of things. That's what I like about this team is that, you know, we got good size down low with our bigs, but also, like I said, we're able to space the floor, shoot the ball, play fast. So I think there's a lot of potential for this group.
You're one of those shooters, right?
Yes, sir.
How do you go about building chemistry when, you know, I mean, college basketball today, it's not just here, but
Yeah.
a lot of newcomers on the team. How do you guys try to build that cohesion?
Yeah, well, I think it starts with liking each other. It's hard to build chemistry with a group of guys that don't get along. So I think that's you know, been a priority of ours from when we got here this summer, is just hanging out on the court outside of basketball and just doing stuff together, and I think we've accomplished that. But just building on the court, playing every day, being selfless, playing for one another, which is hard to do when everyone's new, but it just takes reps, and I think we're getting them in, so I like us.
For people who haven't seen you play, how would you describe your game?
Yeah, I describe my game as a stretch forward who can shoot the ball, space the floor. I think I make the right play, make my teammates better, but ultimately my greatest asset is my shooting ability.
How have you worked with your guards to kind of deliver that kind of stretch game? And obviously, different point guards have different characteristics about them. How have you settled with this group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think these guys have a unique ability to share the ball and be selfless, and I think that's going to be one of our strengths this year is really whipping the ball around and the ball not sticking in one player's hands. So I trust our guards to be able to share the ball and distribute in the way that I know they can.
You played for a few different universities. What's on calendar, the recruitment process, and what you see that seem to type of?
Yeah, I had a really good relationship with Coach Madsen from the start. Just really developed a good relationship with the coaching staff. And then, of course, to go to Berkeley is an incredible just opportunity academically, athletically. So it was just something I couldn't turn down.
Coach talked to us a lot about defense. How close are you guys to reaching the levels they wanted you guys to reach this season?
Yeah, well, it's October, so we're not nearly where we need to be defensively, but that's normal in October. So we're gonna keep getting better. Like I said, we have these scrimmages, just getting us live reps, going against other teams, and I think we'll be a team that continues to get better and doesn't hit our full stride until March, which is where you want to be.
What have you learned about yourself and the team through those extra scrimmages?
That we have a lot of potential. Like I said, I don't think we're definitely not hitting our stride yet, but there's a lot of room to improve. And like I said, I love the potential of this group. It's a selfless group of guys, which is the best type of teammates to play with. So I'm excited for the season. Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you.